Hi, so today I am going to talk about management system audit. Throughout the day and night, we do audit consciously or unconsciously. When you are at airport, we try to see that whether airplane or the crew member, whether they are fulfilling our expectation or not. At home, when the maid is working, we try to find out whether they are working as per or they are cleaning everything as per our expectation or not. Even at office, if there is some dress code, we always try to find out whether everyone is fulfilling that or not. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about four specific things. The first one is what is the purpose of a system audit. The second one is what are the criterias before when we are doing the system audit. The third one is what are the preparation that we need to do before going for the system audit. And the fourth one is as per IATF 16949, what are the key requirements are there. So let me first start with the first thing, the purpose of system audit. Now there can be many purposes depending upon the organizations and their expectation, but some of the key purposes for doing the system audit is that organization want to see that whether they are fulfilling the customer requirements or not. Secondly, whatever is the performance guideline, whether the organization is fulfilling it or not. Another could be the continual improvement, that whether organization is on the path of continual improvement or not. Another could be that what are the possible gaps in the management system and how to plug that. And another thing could be about the areas of improvement which the management could do. Now coming to point number 2, what are the prerequisites before starting any system audit? What are the things that organization or the auditor has to take care of? The first thing is that there should be a proper plan that against which the audit needs to be done. Secondly, there should be a clarity of the scope under which audit has to be done. Now, when we talk about system audit, it can be as per ISO 9000, IATF 16949, environment management system, which is ISO 14000, or a safety standard, which is ISO 45001. So there should be a clarity about the system against which we need to do the audit. Then it is also important to communicate to all the process owner that at what time audit will be done and who will be audited at that time. And then another important thing is that to also communicate that what are the different things that will be seen during course of audit, so that the person is ready with all those things. Now once the point number 2 is ready, we go to point number 3, that what are the different things that needs to be checked during system audit. Now the first thing is against the standard like ISO 9001. What are the guidelines as per ISO 9001? Then the second thing is the regulatory and statutory requirements, which we also call it as legal requirement. The third could be some policies, mission, vision of that particular organization. The fourth could be the procedures, work instructions, control plans, and all those documents which are required for doing the audit. Now coming to point number 4, that as per ISO 9001 and IATF 16949, there are certain guidelines which are specified. So let me start with the first one. The first one is about the processes. We have to identify the processes that needs to be audited. In any organization, it could be management process, which include the MR process, new product development process, production process, planning process, purchase process, production process, quality process, maintenance process, and there can be many more processes. So it's important to identify all the processes which needs to be audited. Then the second point is, when we are doing the audit, it is important to use process approach. When we say process approach, the intent is that while doing the audit of any one process, say for example, if we are doing the audit of production process, so there are so many different processes which are interlinked with that. So the intent of doing audit is not only to see what is happening in production process, but in case if something is related to training, whether the training process is taking care of all those things, if the machines that are being used, whether they are properly maintained or not. Similarly, whatever material that is coming to the production process, that is within the shelf life or not. So there are so many different processes which interact. So while doing the audit, we have to use a process approach so that we can effectively check each and everything. Then one most important thing as per IATF 16949 is the use of customer specific requirement. Now each and every customer, especially the OEMs, have got their own supplier manuals wherein they specify the requirements with respect to internal audit or with respect to different processes. It could be with respect to record retention, it could be with respect to PPAP, maybe the frequency of internal audit or management review, and many more things. So that is one very important criteria. And lastly, what should be the frequency of doing the audit? Now, as per IATF 16949, there should be a plan for 3-year calendar, 3 calendar years. And then there should be an annual plan also. So the intent is all the processes needs to be covered in 3 years, but there should be an annual plan wherein it is specified that which are the processes that needs to be audited. Now that brings another important question: how the organization will decide which process to be audited this year. Now, apart from the normal plan that may be made initially, it will also depend upon the criticality of the process, depending upon the type of customer complaints, depending upon the performance internally, depending upon different factors which may increase the frequency of doing audit or may decrease the frequency of doing audit also. And lastly, most important requirement is competence of the personnel who are doing audit. So there are 5 specific requirements with respect to competency. The first one is awareness about the process approach. Second one is awareness about ISO 9000 and IATF 16949. The third one is awareness about the customer specific requirement. The fourth one is awareness about the core tools. And the fifth and the last most important requirement is how to do the audit, how to plan the audit, how to close the non-conformities. So let me summarize everything. So I talked about 4 key things. First is we should be aware about the purpose of the system audit, why we are doing it. Second thing is what are the criteria against which we need to do the audit. The third one is what is the preparation that we need to do before going ahead with the system audit. And the fourth one is, as per IATF 16949, what are the different requirements. Once we complete all those things, then we can have an effective quality management system audit. So in case you want to know more about it, you can click the below link and you will find in detail. And in case you want to continuously know about the videos, you can subscribe it and you can enjoy all that. Thank you. Bye-bye.